Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're having a great day today. Happy Thursday. I'm pumped up to do some weather with you. Um, we have a soccer game again tonight, and we won our first one. It was great. Enzo blocked a goal, which was so amazing. He was goalie in the last quarter. So yeah, we had a great game. Hopefully we have another good one tonight. I have been working on an Open Heart Center PDF. We are going to give it away for free with our Who's Mine show. So on Tuesday at 2 p.m., you can catch me, Halima, and Onadi, and we are going to be talking about themes involving proving your worth, putting those down, no longer sabotaging yourself or others or the result, being able to create that material thing that you want, without your worth getting in the way, helping you understand that you are worthy, regardless of what your mind tells you, and helping you not act on those stories and thoughts so that you can live a resistance-free as possible life. The last thing, lots of people are releasing beliefs and behaviors, and that can be like kind of scary and even like mystical feeling. It's like maybe you see something repeating in your life, and all of a sudden you see this memory and you're like, oh my gosh, that is why I've lived that out 4 times. It's like, that's all you have to do. You saw it. You have your awareness now. Now you understand. And now you can make a change and you can move forward. And you don't have to blame and shame yourself. You don't have to hire a healer. You don't have to do anything, like that is your body functioning in its natural way. You can share that with others because it is collective. It can help anybody who's looking for your experiential wisdom. And you can move forward with your life. So we can allow that. We can let ourselves release beliefs. We can allow ourselves to put down behaviors that were created by those beliefs, and we can let that be okay. We can let ourselves change and unfold and grow every single day. So let's dive into this. Sun is in 47.4. So this is that place of mental pressure. It is that place that makes sense of the past. So maybe it receives a bunch of mixed up little clips, memories, and it's like, this is what can help us understand right now. But it's hard, like making sense doesn't make sense. It's like the clips are out of order. You don't know what you're supposed to be seeing. It's collective, so sometimes other people can solve it for you, and you're not expecting it, and so it can be this like surprising, strange process. It can be such an internal process. It can also be such a process of getting out there and being with the other. And so today, being fourth line day, and as a matter of fact, we're fourth line sun, earth, and moon right now. We are getting out there and being social, externalizing, making sense of the past together. And so I want to talk about this gate in a way that maybe doesn't make that much sense. If you're looking for foundational mental pressure stuff, go to my video from Sunday or Tuesday, and you can hear me talk about more. But what I want to talk about here, so the lines that we're in today, it says maintaining your identity or losing your identity to external conditioning. And so I want to talk all about that and really dive into that, because I think that with where we're at in time, we are all going to have to get better at knowing what's going on for ourselves. Like not being able to depend on your spouse to tell you what happened and make sense of it for you. It's like you may have to be able to see things in an objective way so that you can make a decision and leave that workplace. It's like we have to try to be as present as possible, and be our own authority so that we can make sense of the past in the first place. So let's dive into this. It's kind of like a weird, complicated subject. How do you lose your identity to external conditioning? Like, what is external conditioning? What's an authority figure? It's like, when we think about a belief system, I think it can be so much bigger than what people think. Like a belief system can be the way that you're conditioned anywhere, like at work, at church, moral conditioning, social media conditioning, conditioning at school, political, capitalists. Like we are conditioned by so many things, so many systems, so many people. And when we are believing those things more than our own experience, we can't make sense of our past. And that's why it's so hard to help human beings understand what's happening now, because they are so lost in these external authorities and belief systems that they're not really seeing their own life. And so when I'm believing someone at work more than the fact that they've missed 3 deadlines and they're like, no, everything's fine. We're getting to the goal. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, but you've missed 3 deadlines. Like, why aren't we stopping to acknowledge that this is happening now? It's like, if you perceive that authority figure as being stronger than you, knowing more, having more experience, it's very easy to just be like, you know what, they're right. And just like believe them over your own experience. That is repression. That is you continuing to go down a road that doesn't make any sense, that burns you out and exhausts you. You feel alone, like you can't tell what the hell's happening. And someone is using words to negate your experience. That's why it's repressed and you can't make sense and get out. So it can be a very heavy, heavy thing. And so ask yourself, am I putting someone on a pedestal? I don't care if it's your spouse, your parents, your kids, your pastors, your teachers, like, I don't care. Don't put human beings on a pedestal. You trust self and you trust life, and you can trust self in everyone. But it's like, as soon as you start seeing yourself as above or below, lower than or better than, like, things can start getting really blurry because you are giving away your decisions and you don't realize that you're doing it. And so it's like, when we're doing that, we don't know what to believe. We're hearing them, they're stronger than us. We're just letting that be more real than what we're continuing to experience. And so we can step back and be like, what happened? We can allow multiple unique experiences to happen at the same exact time. And if your experience isn't allowed, if it's being shoved out of the equation, then you're not in a good place. It's like in our relationships, at work, at church, at home, we need to be able to take everyone's unique way that they saw, that they experienced it, and let it exist and be real. We can do that, and human beings are made to see life uniquely. Something that these belief systems like to do is squish that out of a human and make us all see exactly the same. And when we do that, we're not being healthy for ourselves or others. We don't have a personal connection with life. Like, we can be fully conditioned by the Bible without ever having eyes to see or ears to hear. And so it's a very sticky, strange thing. And when you allow all of these things, all of these unique views, all of these unique experiences to come into a full, whole picture, it's beautiful. It's exciting. It's fun. People have stuff to give you that you could never produce. It's like, we allow ourselves to exist in our differences and we can come together and make better sense of what is happening. And I'll give you examples of this. It's like something that's so big right now in our society, narcissist empath dynamic. It's like, we can attract people to ourselves that hold similar pain patterns. Like, the way we treat our pain, we will attract someone that honors that. And it's like, the narcissist, they can't own their pain. As soon as they feel pain in here, they have to externalize it. They have to blame it on someone else. And that's where the empath comes in. The empath doesn't think that it's okay to throw their pain at someone else. So they take that pain that was just handed to them, they push it deep down inside of them, and they take responsibility for it. And so both sides of the coin are not good. They're not healthy for either person. And if we make one guy good and one guy bad, like, we aren't seeing it clearly. Like, what we want to do is let both of these unique views come in so that we can be like, oh, you're taking over responsibility. I'm taking nobody's bad. Nobody's good. Nobody's helping each other. Like, we are literally doing our best to communicate. And it can be that simple, and it's like, if we can honor each other like that, then I don't have to paint you as a bad guy on Facebook when we break up. We can work together to be the best that we can be and to move on to relationships that are better for us. Like, we can be sane human beings together. And we can know that interdependency is the goal. It is. Like, we have to come into our own authority with where we're going. So we need discernment. We need inner authority. We need to have the ability to make our own decisions. We need to be able to see what's happening, leave abusive situations. And here's a suggestion for this too. Something that you can do, you can keep a simple journal. Like, we are moving into emotional awareness. So the now is getting blurrier and blurrier. And something that's so good is just keeping a journal of actions, behaviors, what you did that day, what they did that day. And then over time, you can go back and be like, oh, see, this happened 3 times last month. and you guys can gain clarity together, right? Like if you are looking for the truth together, good. If you are looking to be right and make them wrong, to be good and they are bad, like, no, that's not being sane adults that are moving through life for self and other, you know? So it's like, we can track these things, we can gain clarity, we can work together, we can be accountable, and we can learn from the things that happen. The hardest thing to do is just to be present. You know, if you can bring up an objective reality, for example, if every time you're told to do something at work, you email the boss and you confirm, this is what I was told to do, I'm going to do that now. You will have a paper trail so that you can confirm when you're making sense of the past and someone's denying your reality. The more that you respond to life and you just live it and be in it, you will provide a paper trail to help you make sense and to help you leave those situations when you can't see your way out. You know, you can see objectively what's happening and you don't have to believe subjective stories or be invalidated or validate. You know, you can just allow it all to be happening now. And so work with life and trust yourself. You know, get clear on behavior, get clear on how people handle their pain. How do you handle your pain? How does he handle his pain? Take responsibility for your actions and words and no one else's. No one else's. The empath wants to take responsibility for every single person in the group. You can't do that. You have to take responsibility for you and no one else. And so moving on, this is how you can get out of this heaviness. You know, this is how you can see and continue moving and not be stuck in that external repression, oppression theme. Okay, the next that we're going into, this is an emotional wave and it's grounding us. So this is sensitivity and social interaction. It's individual. It's about honoring your mood, being yourself. And I love this line. It says basically rejecting formality or using it to limit yourself and others. And it's so similar to this mental energy. Like you can see that they're just a match made in heaven here. And it's like this individual energy, it's going to go around and it's going to destroy those little collective like beliefs, you know, like this is mutation, this is where change lives. And it's like we can't limit human beings with formalities, ties, rules. You got to dress like this, act like this, be like this, you got to say it like this. Like, oh my God, we cannot limit the infinity that we are. But it's like, shoo, like the mind loves boxes. Like the mind loves shoving a human being into a box and not letting it exist. And when we get really wrapped up in this, maybe we're like super concerned with our behavior. We're like, how do I act right? Like, what is wrong with me? Why do I always show up disgraceful in social situations? Like, how could I act to get them to do this or see me as this? You know, you're trying to be perceived in a positive way. And so let me just tell you this. There is no way to make life go the way that your mind wants it to go. There is no way to get that person to do what your mind thinks that they should do, even if you hold your nose just right. Even if you follow that system, pray to this God, do this superstition, life is never going to go how your mind wants it to. And that can be the fun of it. You know, like that can be the beauty of it and the tragedy of it and the excitement of it. Like we can honor the mystery that it is. And we don't have to force it to go the way that we want it to go. You know, truth is juxtaposition. It's irony. It's understanding too late. It's missing the flight home. You know, it's like canceling the birthday party and scheduling it at a time that you can't even make it. It's like life is so ironic and it's a beautiful tragedy and it's irony. You know, if we can allow the full side and both like the full spectrum, the beautiful tragedy of life, you know, we can accept it and unlock its magic. We can surrender to the mystery and let it be what it is, whether it's happening inside of us or outside of us. We can allow them to be who they are, and we can allow us to be who we are. And that can become as simple as there is anger in my body, and it's allowed. It is there. It's not my fault. It's not your fault, but it's there. I can recognize it. I can talk about it. I could go take a jog about it, you know, but it's like, I can allow it to be there. There's sadness in me. I don't have to identify it. I don't have to blame it on myself or my children. Like we can let that sadness be there and then we can live with it. Like I can color a picture or call somebody I want to talk to. You know, I can do whatever I want in my low, but I have to let it be there. That is taking responsibility for the ever-changing universe that you are in there. And it's like no formalities can change that. You know, no behaviors and forced ways of being. You're not going to be able to make a human not experience sadness. Like it's just not real. And so it's like take off the tie, sit your belief system down, be infinite, watch the matter unfold and see new things every single day. Allow everything, recognize and honor its existence because that is healing. Like truly, the darkest, scariest things, they only want to be recognized and allowed. Like a suicidal thought, as soon as you recognize it and you allow it, you're like, oh, it's not my fault. My mind can think that, and I guess it will. Oh, there it is. It's allowed. Doesn't mean I have to move. You know, you're allowing it, you're allowing it. It will stop growing bigger. It will stop controlling you. It will stop being so scary. Like turn around and face your demons, recognize and allow them. That is loving them. That is loving them. Life will do the rest. We don't have to do anything but that. And so last but not least, moon is in 58. This is a logical energy. I love this. It's my unconscious north node. And it's called the joyous. It's vitality. It's a lot about correcting authority, and it's literally the pressure to experiment. It is a root pressure. And I swear I can hear it in myself. Like this is the energy that's like, well, let's try it. You know, let's fuck around and find out. Like, let's just go do it. Why not? Like, we'll see what happens. Like, I can hear it coming out of me all of the time. And it's like, that is my joy and my zest for life. It's like, who cares? Like, let's go see. Like, let's have an adventure. You know, it's like, it's such a fun energy. And logic is so magical. You know, it's like this energy carries the, ooh, big spider on my wall. This energy carries the flavor of caring. So it's root to spleen, and it's like, what is caring? Really, caring is just being present. It is being present in the now. It is watching what is happening. It is being aware of your surroundings and happenings and people and yourself in the present moment. That is caring at its most basic foundation. And, you know, it's easy to go take an experiential wave journey. Like it's easy to go hop on that wave and make that expectation and hop on that plane and eat that food and have great sex and take a trip, you know, like all these emotional things. But this is the other side. This is the logical energy of caring, of being present and aware in the moment. That is harder. Okay. It's easy to go on that trip. This is harder. And this is how we manifest understanding. This is how we gain logical awareness in the moment in our life. And so it is a very important energy, but it's very hard to get. Like it's very hard for human beings to understand. You have to go through this whole process of living and repeating before you're going to break into the ability to even understand why or how or all of these different things, you know, and there's levels to that. And so logic is such a magical and strange thing. And this energy, it's unaware. So it will lead you out into the world to do that experiment or try that thing. And you don't even know why. You know, it's like I said, let's try it. I don't know. Like I don't know what's going to happen. It's just a zest that will get you to try something that could be right for you. And it's cool because it leads us to practical solutions. You know, like when we get out there and we're living these logical things, like we can find practical solutions to help ourselves. This caring and being present, it's all about being able to recognize what's happening so that we can identify the right patterns that will keep us safe in the future. So it's like real love is being present enough in your life to recognize these healthy patterns and to share them with others so that we can live a healthy, fulfilling life and move forward without fear, you know, move forward in as secure a way as possible. And so get out there and try it today. You know, me and Bear have this phrase, it's called fail and fail fast, because getting out there and experimenting, getting in the experience, gaining your wisdom, gaining your awareness and your logical understanding, like all of these things are so brilliant. And it's like, you deserve to go out there and live and find them, you know? So it's like, fuck around and find out today. Get out there and do something that you love, something that brings you joy. I hope you're not experiencing too much hardship and making sense of the past. And like I said, you know, just let that be. Let it be something natural that you're not choosing to do that can happen anytime. And just continue living your life. Like, know that you can experience magic and understanding, realizations and breakthroughs. At any point in time. So yeah, I'll be back on Sunday. I hope you guys have a great day. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.